Hi everyone, this is Vipul Goyal. I'm a BTech graduate from Pandit Deendayal Energy University, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So I've been teaching for more than 8 years now, and I have taught around 500 students until now. So it's a good experience. And the subjects I teach on Urban Pro is mathematics and science up to 10th standard, and the only the mathematics for two classes plus one and plus two. I specifically adhere to CBSE curriculum, but up till 10th, I teach ICC board also. So today we'll be discussing about the topic polynomials and the very basics of polynomials in this session. So the ongoings of this session is like we'll first understand the name of the chapter. What does this chapter polynomial means? Then we'll get to know the bifurcation of polynomial, which says that in how many categories a polynomial is divided. Then we'll get to know the general form of a polynomial and the general form of other specific polynomials like linear, quadratic, or cubic polynomial. And then we'll discuss about the roots or the nature of the roots, the zeros of the polynomial. So let's start with understanding the name of the chapter. The chapter polynomial is what polynomial is made of two words. The first word is poly, which stands for many, and the second word is nomial, which stands for terms. So any expression having one or more than one term will be considered as polynomial as far as it has three things in it. Any polynomial can consist of three things. The first is a variable. The second one is constants. And the third one is powers of the variable. Powers of the variable. Okay. So understanding the word variable, it is made from two words. The first one is vary and the second one is able. So vary stands for change and able is the ability of that variable. So anything which can change will be termed as a variable. In mathematics, in general, we use x, y, z as our variables. So there can be one variable in a polynomial, there can be two variable and many others. All right. So the next thing is constants. Constant is something which doesn't change. Like the numeric digits, we use 1, 2, 3, or the coefficients of the variables of the terms. All right. So the next thing is powers of the variable. So powers or exponents of the variable, like we have a polynomial like x square plus 5x plus 6. We can write this polynomial as x square, 1x square plus 5x raised to power 1 plus 6x raised to power 0. So we have three powers in this polynomial, 2, 1, and 0. We have three powers, and the highest power of the polynomial is known as degree of the polynomial. In this case, the degree of the polynomial is is 2. So we know that any polynomial having degree 2 will be termed as quadratic polynomial. We'll cover it up in the upcoming slides. So now we know the meaning of the term degree. Degree is the highest power of the variable in a polynomial. I hope we are clear until here. Okay, so now we have come to the bifurcation of the polynomials. Any polynomial will be divided, will be categorized, will be bifurcated on the basis of two things. Either it will be bifurcated on the number of terms it has, or it will bifurcated on the basis of degree of the polynomial. So on the basis of number of terms, we have like if we have only one term in our polynomial, we'll term it as monomial. Since we know that mono is a prefix used for one and nomial is number of terms, right? So mononomial. So one term will be termed as monomial. Similarly, if we have two terms, we'll term it as binomial. And if we have three terms, we'll term it as trinomial, and so on. So in our syllabus, we'll only deal with monomial or binomial, trinomial, and will not have, we do not have a need to name every polynomial on the basis of number of terms. Like if I give you examples, monomial, this is a monomial. In fact, a constant will be termed as a monomial. 2x square plus 3x square. This is also a monomial because after we simplify, we get 5x square. So it is only one term. So we'll term it as monomial. As far as examples of binomials are concerned, we can write it as x plus 3, x square plus x, x square plus x, let's say 3 cube. And trinomial, we have 3 terms. So like x square plus 5x, x square plus 2x plus 4, let's say. I hope it is clear to you. Now, on the basis of degree, if the degree of the polynomial is 1, we term it as linear polynomial. If the degree of the polynomial is 2, we term it as quadratic polynomial. If the degree is 3, we term it as cubic polynomial. So in our syllabus, we only deal up to cubic polynomial. After that, we have quartic polynomial. Sometimes we call it as biquadratic polynomial. There is a condition, specific condition for that, but we'll adhere to up to cubic polynomials, right? Okay, so this was the bifurcation of the polynomials on the basis of number of terms and the degree. Let's get to the next slide. Okay, so now we are on the general form of our polynomial. The general form of a polynomial, px states that there's a polynomial in x. The variable we have is x. So any polynomial in general is written as a0 x raised to power n plus a1 x raised to power n minus 1 and so on up to an into x raised to power 0. Why we have stopped to x raised to power 0? Because any polynomial having its powers as negative or in fraction will not be termed as a polynomial. A polynomial can not have a powers in powers in fraction or in negative sense. So it has to be a whole number. So that's why we have started, we have stopped at the constant term. So in general, every polynomial, general form of every polynomial ends with a constant, because we know that x raised to power 0 is nothing but equal to 1. Okay. Now we have a0, a1, a2, and so on up to an, right? So these are called as coefficients of the variables, coefficients of the terms, coefficients of the variable of the powers of the variable, right? So if I ask you the coefficient of x raised to power n, you'll say a0 is the coefficient of x raised to power n. If I ask you the coefficient of x raised to power n minus 2, you'd say a2 is the coefficient of x raised to power n minus 2. All right. Now variable, we have already discussed. The variable here is x. If the polynomial is in y, we'll say that variable is y. The powers, we have already discussed it. N, n minus 1, n minus 2 up to 0 are the powers of the polynomial. The powers of different variables in the polynomial. And degree, what's the degree? Degree is the highest power of the polynomial. So highest of all the powers is n. That is why the degree of the general polynomial is said to be n. I hope we are clear with this. Okay, let's move to the next slide. General forms of specific polynomials. Now we have linear polynomial, and I told you that a linear polynomial is a polynomial having degree 1. So if the degree is 1, which says that maximum power of the polynomial will be equal to 1. So now our n is equal to 1. So we'll start with a0 x raised to power 1, a1 into x raised to power 0. Now we cannot proceed further in this, right? Because the power of a variable has to be a whole number. Now we can, simplify it, and we can write it in a basic form. So I can write x raised to power 0 as 1. and I can write a0 and a1. Since they are coefficient, I can use a and b instead of a0 and a1. So ax plus b becomes the general form of our linear polynomial. Now looking at the ax plus b, you can easily say the degree of the polynomial is 1. Right? So in any polynomial, if the degree is 1, we call it as linear polynomial. Now quadratic polynomial, again, we'll start our n is 2. Since the degree is 2 in a quadratic polynomial, if we start with n equals to 2, we get a0 x raised to 2, a1 x raised to 1, plus a2 x raised to 0. So we can simplify it and write it as ax square plus bx plus c. So this is our general form of a quadratic polynomial. Similarly, we can write general form of any quadratic polynomial as far as a degree is given to us. So we know that in a cubic polynomial, we have the degree equals to 3, right? So we can write it as ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. If I ask you the general form of a quadratic polynomial, general form of a quartic polynomial, we can write it as ax raised to power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e. This is the general form of a quartic polynomials. That is how we, write the general form of any polynomial. Okay, I hope we are clear. Let's get to the next slide. The examples of linear polynomials. Let's discuss the examples of linear polynomial. So in the linear polynomial, we know that the general form of linear polynomial is ax plus b, right? So we can write it as like 2x plus 3. The coefficient we can assume, we can assume any constant. So the coefficients of the variable. So 2x plus 3, 4x minus 6. Let's say 4x upon 3 minus 5 upon 7. So these are the linear polynomial. In fact, we do not have to write, a binomial here. Even 5x will be also termed as a linear polynomial, since the degree of the polynomial is 1 and there is no negative power or a fractional power in this polynomial. Right? So the constant doesn't have to be there. In general form, we have constants. So if we have to write examples of quadratic polynomials, we can write it as 2x square plus 3x plus 6. We can write it as x square plus 5x plus 6. X square plus 5x is also a quadratic polynomial. If we have to specify the name of the polynomial on the basis of number of terms and the basis of degree, both combined, so we'll say that this is a quadratic binomial. In general, we do not say that. We just say that it is a quadratic polynomial. But you can say that it is a quadratic trinomial. You can say that it is a linear binomial. You can say that it is a 5x is a linear monomial. We can say that. So for cubic polynomial, we have examples like any polynomial having degree equal to 3. If I write x plus x square minus x cube plus 6. So this is a form of a cubic polynomial. You can write it as x cube minus 1. This is a cubic binomial. We can say that it is a cubic polynomial, and etc. So these are the, this is how we write any linear, quadratic or cubic polynomial. We can write any other polynomial based on the general form. So general form of a polynomial is quite important to learn for us, since by looking at the general form, we can describe any polynomial. I hope we are clear. Okay. So this was all about the polynomials, about the very basics of the polynomial. We'll cover the polynomials ahead in the further sessions. Okay, so I think we have covered the basics of polynomials in today's session. If anybody has any query or doubt, please feel free to ask. Connect me with the, connect me via urbanpro.com. I'll be able to, I'll be very happy to assist you. And if got a chance, we'll take another session on polynomials, and we'll get to the nature of roots. We have not covered the roots or zeros of the polynomial and their nature of them. So we'll cover in the next session. And all right, till then, till we meet next time, stay healthy, stay safe. This is pandemic times, so stay safe.